What's up, everybody? This is the new car that I showed in a video once before. We haven't been doing a lot with it, but I wanted to show you guys that the guy that had it before me got it. Timing belt was bad in it, and I guess he thought he was going to do a head job. He even took out one of the dowel pins. Hard to tell what happened to that. So I'm going to have to get another one of them, but I'm not sure if this engine's fucked or not. You can see the rust. I just took some WD-40 and everything, been spraying in there, and literally with a terry cloth, it's basically starting to rub out. Now you can see it's kind of bad, but the motor does spin freely. It was locked up. I put a battery in it and hit the starter, and it started spinning it because it was rusted shut. I thought about putting the head off the turbo car, the turbo tib motor. Once I finally get my heads back for that, hopefully soon, we'll might take that head on that engine and stick it on here just to see if this engine runs and everything like that. I mean, I'm really curious to try to do it, see what happens, check the compression in it and everything. If not what I want, I'll just pull it out and put the one out of that parts car I just got in. It has a new timing belt and everything in it, so all I got to do is throw the motor in and put the clutch in it. I'll have to show you guys what I got for this. I got a couple little things for this as of now. Everything going with this virus and shit, and I might be screwed for a while even with my fucking turbo car. Who knows? I'm still waiting on the fucking heads. Hopefully that'll be this week. That's been probably almost 2 months. But I started tearing apart. Guy didn't have nothing tore apart right. He just started tearing shit apart. He ruined the head to it. He tore the whole thing apart. I'll take you over. As you can see, he started trying to port and polish it. And, that just poured it. And then all the cam caps were just thrown away in the car. And yeah, I don't know. He's down in there cleaning stuff up as well. So I really don't know. I'm not going to mess with this head. I'm actually going to send this head to the guy that's building me a turbo manifold. We'll all see that once it's done. But I'll probably take some of the stuff off of it like this. All this stuff, and keep the valve cover. It's a nice valve cover. I got a crap one I can ship along if he needs it. But got a lot of things tore out. We got the exhaust off of there today as well. That's probably all right like that. Tore the exhaust off. When I was doing that, took this out, O2 sensor out, because I had this cheap one in there. I actually made it up to go in the wife's car. This is a simple O2 sensor. But this is an OEM one, and it's OEM. Hopefully, a little Loctite in there so it makes, or anti-seize, so it makes your job easier. Hopefully, it will work, guys. This one was messed up anyway, so worth a chance since we're going turbo in this car. Now, if we would run this motor like this, I don't think I'm going to put boost to it unless it has good compression, then why not? I mean, I have the one in the parts car that's a good motor, so we have a backup. Of course, we might need that for the other car too, who knows. We started tearing some of the stuff out, like that bracket and this off the engine, that off the back of the engine. Clean that up, the tray up, more brackets off the exhaust. This whole system right here, I was trying to get this out, the back O2, it won't come. This whole system right here weighs more than a turbo and a downpipe and the manifold. That shit's heavy. But we got that all out of there. We got to get the rest of the exhaust off of it. So we got OBX exhaust if we want to put on it. But if we go turbo, we're just going to go downpipe. And I took out the AC in this car, which had a good AC in it. Which I normally don't run AC in my cars, but since we're getting the RD running again, which I want to put the OBX exhaust actually on this car, getting it going again, we're going to put the AC in here. And then I think we're going to put the power steering back into this car. I wish I would have kept driving this car, guys. This car was actually really clean. Just need some nice tires and wheels on it, which I'll have on that parts car. So, but yeah, I wish I would have kept this thing. It was starting to, you know, surface rust underneath. The only reason I didn't do anything with this car is right at the top up here. You guys can see this rust. And I should have started messing with it already, which I will. And it has this cracked windshield. I wish I would have just kept going with it, because this car was cleaner than the turbo car, but from sitting outside the last 3 years and me driving it in the wintertime, kind of screwed that. But the engine bay is still real clean in it. But we're going to put the AC back in it. Then I want to get another engine for this one. It still runs pretty good, but I may even just tear it apart, put a new head gasket in it, and get the head looked at and see if the compression comes back up, because we got 190 and 190 and 160s in the middle. I almost think maybe something to do with the valves in the head, maybe losing compression a little bit somewhere like that. I don't think it's a head gasket. It don't overheat, and hoses don't get hard and nothing like that. So I think it could be in the head, or it's just getting old. It's 180,000 miles, 181,000 miles on it. But we'll see when the time comes. But I may put another engine in this. When I do that, we'll put the, or even when I do the head work, we'll put the new pipe in that goes from the steering rack up into here. And then we'll put the power steering back on this as well. So we have the AC and power steering back in this. I was talking about maybe turbo in this car, maybe even throwing a nitrous on it. And I may still do it, but if I do that, I'll keep the turbo, or the AC and power steering on it. But I'll probably just keep it as just a regular car and drive it daily. Who knows? We'll find out when that time comes. But yeah, AC will go in this summer. That'll be kind of nice. And I can't wait to finish this either. Got a lot of stuff for this to do yet, but it's going to be fun. Definitely going to be fun. But I'm hoping all this right here will work over here for the red car. And I'm hoping maybe we can fire this up with the other head and see what it's got. Just put the other head on it. Put I got brand new OEM studs or head bolts in there. Crank him down with a shit Felpro gasket and see what it does. I mean, if it runs good, keep it around for something happens to the wife. Throw it in there if, you know, if need be for emergency. We did get some new fenders for this. I'm going to make another video a day about that. We also put the silver wing on it. If you guys remember, I had a shitty black wing on it. Yeah, if you guys remember, it had this wing on it, which the parts car has got an excellent bumper on it. Just rusting up here, but excellent bumper. So I'm going to put that on the wife's car, that bumper, and that'll look way better. Way better. And another thing I'm going to do before the day's over is this has the original cap with this piece right here. So I'm going to do that and put it on her car. Damn bird shit. Always something. Well, now we have our holder that just sits right in there. Holds your cap while you fill your damn gas up. So that's nice. We may have to actually use the evap for this car, because it's coming up as a small evap leak now, so I have to check that out. But what I'm going to do is, since these tires are really good shape, I'm going to put these ones off the parts car onto my new silver car, which we have decent silver fenders here too. Sucks the door's rusted because it's a nice door up here until you get down here. But we're going to use these wheels on my silver car and take the wheels that are on my silver car and put on the RD. But yeah, that bumper is nice. So we're going to use that on the White's car. So the front bumper. I never showed you guys. It has, we got new fucking fenders for this. New front bumper. And the new one has new lights here. New lights here. And it has, that's basically like a new fog light there too. And it has a nice new fog light instead of that crap. And that one's busted. And see how these are starting to shatter. They'll be new, and this front bumper will be new. And it's got a little bit better paint than this one too. Because some asshole did a hit and run on it today when it was parked. Go figure. You can see where he ended up hitting back here too. Fucking pricks. Yeah, they took off, so I only have liability on this car, so I didn't get nothing for it. But this side over here's got a little dent here, but we got new fenders for that. I gotta show you guys. That car over there has better mirrors. I want to put the mirrors on it yet too. But this car is straight and really clean. This car is actually cleaner than my turbo car, the wife says. Especially after we put the new fender, new bumper, new back bumper on it. And I want to get a door for it. Hopefully the place where I got the engine and transmission at still has the door. If they do, hopefully I can get it. This game fucking stupid virus has got everything screwed up for me, but we're going to take this for a ride. Hopefully it doesn't come up for a check engine light for the O2 sensor. No longer. That would be nice. That would be nice. Still cleaning in here some. Still taking some out here. Just taking my time with it. You can see I painted that over there, and that's the color I'm going to paint everything in here. So once we get to it, we'll paint that whole thing. Just the floor. I'm not painting all this. This is all good shape. We'll let that alone. We might paint back here. I don't know. Probably should, huh? Otherwise, it's black and silver. But we'll figure it out. We'll get it cleaned up. I got to tear this off yet. Fix this, but they screwed up. Get the one off the parts car. See, this is actually a piece of aluminum right here, and somebody dug into it. I think it's leaking right there. I want to pull this out, clean this up, and just get a new molding for this. I'm going to put some new, put some window weld in there, and put a new piece to go over this. And I'm hoping after I do that, it won't, it won't have any water leaks. I did the same thing to the accent before I replaced the windshield, and it was mint, so hopefully we'll be good on that. Because once we replace that, right here, that's what's causing this not to shut the whole way. The doors actually latch the whole way. You can see that's the first latch. And it's actually shut, but it's kicking it because of that. And it's OEM, so I know it wasn't wrecked. OEM stickers. Well, it wasn't wrecked. OEM sticker on the fender too. But yeah, we're gonna put this away, put that away, put that all in the back here. Got most of our parts back here for everything. Clean that up, paint that, guys. Can't let that looking like that. Well, we're like this. Hopefully we'll have the heads, like I said, back soon for the turbo tip, guys. And we can get the ball warrant moving on that. I do have plans for the freaking hatch. Once that comes closer, I'll show you guys. Got a lot of plans for stuff. DMVs are closed. I actually bought another car, but I can't get it yet. Didn't pay him yet. It's actually my brother. If you know who my brother is, you probably remember some of the cars. But I actually bought a car from him. I'll be showing you guys once this bullshit goes, and hopefully everybody can get back to work and life can be normal. Right now, I just spent $1,500 of that car's money on bills because wife and I out of work. So, but yeah, that should do everything right there, guys. AC for the RD. But I figured I'd give you guys a little update what's going on here. I know there should have been a couple other videos before this, and man, I'm happy about that. It's getting closer. Wasn't much of a video, but not too many people watch that car. Maybe once we get it going, people will get excited maybe about it. This car did pretty good on the views, so I probably should have showed you guys some of this, but I figured, hell, yank it apart, show you guys what the deal is. I'm gonna put this on here, but yeah, the dumbass, maybe it's in the car, I don't know. I gotta call the dealership and see if I can get those anyway from when we go to deck the blocks and get the engine work done. But all right, guys, little update. Hopefully I didn't bore the shit out of you. Changing automatic transmission pins today on the auto car. As you can see, somebody hit it with something, and I wasn't able to put a new filter on it. So I got another used pan here, but I'm going to go ahead and silicone this right here. See, this one right here has shows you right where it seals at. Basically all you want to do is put a bead the whole way around through here. Yeah, all you're doing is putting a bead like that the whole way around it. And then I actually got this gasket that I'm going to use as well, I think. But I might be better off just to not even use this, to be honest with you, and just put a bead around it. But that's all you do, obviously. And then I'll show you guys the rest when I get to it. There's the new filter. You got 4 bolts in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 millimeters. They're 4 foot-pound. That's all you got to do with those. And then I'm just going to use silicone to make its own gasket, and I'm going to let it set for 24 hours. But at this point, you just want to put it up there, tighten it down enough to where the silicone oozes out the side. Wait about an hour, then torque it to 7 to 9 foot-pounds. I always recommend going 8. Just go in the middle. Or you can go 7 as well, you know. 7 will probably be plenty. I usually go to 8, so we're going to do that before the silicone starts to harden up any. Clean this up in the back corner. It likes to drip back there, so I got to clean that real quick before I put the rest of it up on there. The rest of it's clean enough. Tighten everything up to 8 foot-pounds. I ended up putting a little, this has an O-ring in it, but I ended up putting a little bit on this flat surface out here because it's been leaking a little transmission fluid out of there. So we went ahead and did that. That'll keep that. Also 8 foot-pounds. Everything should be good in there. When I was doing that, it kind of made it flat, but everything over here, when I was doing this, it's rubbing up against it. Kind of made that flat, but it'll be all right. At least that's done. Everything should be good now. Shouldn't have no leaks. Although that's good anti-rust, it's not good for the environment. So you're trying to get that cleaned up. And I usually run this max life in these. You want to run something that's for Hyundai, which is I'm trying to remember which one it is anymore. Oh yeah, SP3. I think it even, oh there it is, Hyundai, right at the bottom. SP2, SP3, SP5, and SPH5. So that's what we run. It's about $30 cheaper than the Hyundai brand. I was going to buy the Hyundai brand instead of buying this. I went ahead and did that. Next thing I want to do tomorrow, or later today I should say, is put a valve cover on this gasket. Pretty sure I have a valve cover gasket. Pretty sure I have these right here along the side. Want to get all that done. There, right there, there's no leaks in that. Forgot to show you guys, but we replaced the cam sensor. We replaced the cam sensor with a new OEM. Got it out of Rock Auto for like 14 bucks shipped. Came as OEM. And I got the fuel pumps from Rock Auto too, GMB or whatever, which is the same company that makes the bearings for our timing belt. So they might be OEM as well. But I'm going to put a oil pump in this as well. Well, not an oil pump, jeez Louise. I'll put a fuel pump in this as well. That right there, preventative maintenance. Ended up finding hose here. Put the original hose back on, ended up finding one. So actually I think it was off that car, yeah. I'm not gonna run one, I'll run a catch can on that, so figured you put it on the wife's car. Thinking about putting a transmission cooler on this. Automatic transmission cooler to keep the transmission nice and cool. You could easily run right here where these lines here are, and run longer ones obviously, and then put it right in between like I run the turbo out there. And then there's like, you got all that room in here. Put a transmission cooler, which would get all the air through there. And they're not very expensive, so I think we're gonna go ahead and go that route. I think that'd be the smart idea. Right now they're just being, you know, through the radiator. But I'm thinking if we went through that, it might be better. I could be wrong. I'm gonna do a little research on that. I'll let you guys know. I should have painted this, but I figured I could paint it when it's on. Clean it up a little bit, wire brush, and throw a little paint on it. I might just get a new one. I'd like to get another transmission, so I just have one laying around here. Another one. And yeah, might do that as well. Be nice to have another one. I think it's about it right now. I thought about changing this out, TPS for preventative maintenance as well. Did the crank last year. I'm actually thinking about doing the wiring on this car. I did it before. You see that tape there the whole way down. I remember thinking I should do it again. This right here actually is calling for it to be bad, even though I don't use it. But it's saying it's bad. I have some laying around, so I might just put that in. Put an O2 sensor in it the other day off this car, which I won't be using that anyhow with the Megasquirt. And it's working. It's an OEM sensor, so that's good. No code for that. But yeah, just some preventative maintenance on the Tiburon. Make sure it's good to go for the wife. She likes this old thing. She's like me, she likes shit boxes instead of new cars. Alright, took the valve cover off and took the cover off over here so we can replace this seal, which you can tell, you guys can tell that's leaking. So that needs to be replaced. We got new seals in there, nice and goopy outside of it. Shouldn't leak now. A little bit more than I wanted to use, but hey, it's not going to leak anyway. That's done. There's the parts number for the cam sensor. It's a Hall sensor. That's your part number and everything, but got that off Rock Auto. It's actually like $10 and something, like under 15 bucks ship. One in ordered another one. Not sure if I actually get one or not. There's like a wholesale warehouse deal, so hopefully we will. Here's our pump. There's our little pump. Don't come with a screen, so I have to reuse our screen. But it's a GMB, which is a lot of the water pumps and stuff like that you get from different auto parts stores. And plus they make the bearings to the timing belt. Okay. Right here is our pump. It's not a bad thing to do. All you have to do is unclip it from here. Easier with a screwdriver in two hands. Clip it there. Undo your hose clamps. Slides right up out of there. And you'll have to undo this right here, which is all self-explanatory, guys. But I just figured I'd show you guys that I'm putting it in. So I'm going to change it out right now. Let's get the OEM. Alright guys, this is the same pump as like in a Acura Integra and things like that would take. It's all plug and play, so you won't need to worry about that. I'll plug right in and literally goes right in there, just like this one. Comes with the extra rubber piece if you don't want to reuse the old one, and it comes with new lines if you don't want to use the old lines. The old line looks good to me, so I'll probably use this. OEM stuff's always better. Throw it together quick. Out with the old, and with the new. Fits in there real nice. That's why I always try to buy everything. If I want to do OEM builds, just run OEM pumps. You could run like a 255 if you wanted to, but I don't think the wife's gonna boost the car or anything like that. Maybe, who knows? You can buy a built auto in Puerto Rico if you can get the right information. Some say level 10 builds the auto too, so we'll have to try to give them a call. Maybe we'll build an auto one of these days. But there we go. Now we just got to put this in the car, which is fairly simple. Okay guys, you just put those 8mm in there, 10mm to the feed, turn line just gets clamped, plug it back in. If you don't feel confident in your work, go ahead and this would be the time to cycle the key to kick the fuel pump on and see if you got any leaks. And what I do, since this is still a good pump, I'll just put it right in this bag here. All right on this box, good. So we do have an extra pump, or if somebody ever wants to buy a pump that needs a pump, you know, I have it. I do that with a lot of stuff I sell to people. Stuff I don't need, I'll sell it, you know what I mean? But right there we go. As far as that's concerned, we basically have it all done now. Put the back seat in. Gotta take that oil to go get recycled. Oh yeah, this right here was something they were talking about. The relay, I think, was saying it was bad, so I might go ahead and not the relay, but this sensor being bad on the code came up, so I might go ahead and replace that. Other than that, that's basically everything for today. I'll probably wrap this up tomorrow because I'm gonna let that cure for 24 hours. Let these right here cure for 24 hours as well. We got those, all three of those in there. That's right, you can't see this one no more. Dummy. But as you can see, you got that one back there. So valve covers good. New cam sensor, new 2 sensor, fuel pump. Oh, spark plug wires, forgot to say that, and I put spark plugs in it. Anything I didn't get yet is a new coil.